Ohvale 110 Cup in association with Motul Oils. Race number 3. This is how they line up. Luca Wilkinson from Wilson Dilks. Thornley Trevorrow in 3rd from Tyler Humphries, Hudson Cooper and Monty Hillier in 6th place. 7th will be Daniel Stevenson from Jack Oakley. Travis Shaw in 9th from Jack Newton. Jack Hamilton 11th and Tobias May in 12th position. Sydney Marshall 13th and Kobe Garbers hit trouble last time out at the back of the field. Thanks, of course, to Motul Oils for their support of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship in 2021, supporting not only the Ohvale 110 Cup, but the Mini Bike Vets who are coming up next. Don't forget, of course, you may remember the previous heat race for the Vets was abandoned, jumping straight through to the final. Because, of course, of the rate of attrition, you would say, in the Vets. Quite a few riders dropping out of contention, so going straight through to the Ohvale 110 Cup. And Motul, as I say, new sponsor for the series in 2021. Quite an established name, of course, and it's a French company originally, but the UK arm, and actually Richard Barrett from the Power Sport division of Motul, very keen to see the brand get involved in up-and-coming riders and new branches of motorsport. So real big thank you to Motul for their support in 2021. Ohvale 110 Cup getting underway then for just a few moments in the final race of the day for the Ohvales. Coming up next, we have 3 more races after this. We have the Mini Bike Bets, OMG Racing 190 and 70 incorporating the Bucci Cup, and Cymoto Mini Bike 140 to round out the action. So this very close Ohvale 110 Cup is about to get underway. Don't forget, of course, that after this championship round, this is the penultimate round of the series. Next time out, in 2 weeks' time, we go to Wilton Mill and the Zulu circuit for the final race of the 2021 season. I think one rider just slightly out of position, so that's all been sorted out. Hopefully, we should be good to go. I think the starter's happy to let them go, and the Union flag goes up. Flag star, of course. Away they go. Oh, somebody's front wheel saying hello there as Luca Wilkinson gets a good drive into the first corner this time. Gets ahead of Wilson Dilks. And there they go. So Wilkinson, nice little jump into the first corner from Wilson Dilks. Lydd Kart there in 3rd place. Tyler Humphries and Monty Hillier. Hudson Cooper, Daniel Stevenson, Jack Oakley a bit further behind. So this time it's Luca Wilkinson that gets the jump on the field, and let's see what Wilson Dilks can do as they make their way down towards the hairpin for the final time. This last corner, Wilson Dilks is right on the rear wheel of Wilkinson. Here they come around the final corner. And Dilks takes the lead. So great move there from Wilson Dilks to get back into the lead from Luca Wilkinson. Trevorrow 3rd, Tyler Humphries 4th. Monty Hillier, Hudson Cooper, Jack Oakley, and then all very close around the edge of the top 10. We've got Jack Oakley, Daniel Stevenson, Travis Shaw, Jack Hamilton, Jack Newton and Sydney Marshall. A very quick start to this race, and Sydney Marshall, the last place rider, only 5.9 seconds adrift of the leader, so it's all very fast and frantic start here. But Wilson Dilks, after losing the lead at the start, just trying to pull away, but doubtless he'll have been watching those last 2 races, seeing how the track is changing lap by lap. And it's going to be important that they treat the track with a bit of respect here in the opening few laps to get acquainted to the track, how it's running now. It has changed a bit, I think, since the early races. And Wilson Dilks, decent start from there, setting a good early pace, 43.19 on that first full flying lap. So Dilks leads the way. Luca Wilkinson just over 1 second behind as they make their way around the opening few corners. Had some real bright sunny weather this morning. It really has changed quite unexpectedly. As you said, the weather forecast, virtually 0 chance of rain, and so it hasn't really been rain as such, but certainly enough to make the track a bit greasy, as Wilson Dilks coping with the track very well, though, as he pulls away this time from Luca Wilkinson. Incredible lap there, 2.8 seconds the gap. Thorley Trevorrow dropping a bit in third place, having to deal now with Tyler Humphries and Monty Hillier. Just a bit further behind him, Hudson Cooper, Jack Oakley, Daniel Stevenson, Travis Shaw, Jack Hamilton, Jack Newton and Sydney Marshall rounding out the field just a bit further behind. So early stages in the Ohvale 110 final, and Wilson Dilks just trying to break away. Here they come down towards the final corner. Dilks very smooth around that last corner, and they are starting to pick the pace up, I would say. Over the line he goes, 43.46 last time round. The gap going up now to 3.9 seconds, making another second on Luca Wilkinson. Thorley Trevorrow, Tyler Humphries and Monty Hillier all very close for third place. Hudson Cooper and Jack Oakley over the line. And then the rest of the top 10, look how close that is at the back of the field there. Travis Shaw, Jack Hamilton, Jack Newton and Sydney Marshall in 12th place. And what's important here for the leading group is that those tail enders haven't really dropped away from the rest of the pack, so it's keeping them all quite close together. And they may even, depends on how the pace goes, I would say, but they may even stay on the same lap throughout the race. We shall wait and see, as number 19, Tyler Humphries, the Scotsman, having a look down the inside of Thorley Trevorrow into the hairpin. Trevorrow's got the line, though, and holds on to that position. Nice, neat line. He's very quick out to that hairpin once again, though, Trevorrow. He seems just to cut across, get the switch back, which sets him up quite nicely for the chicane. And Trevorrow, number 42, just staying ahead now of Tyler Humphries and Monty Hillier. Monty Hillier, of course, the son of James Hillier, looking strong. And we mentioned with Derv earlier on this afternoon, Hillier was towards the back of the field this time last year, and he was just starting to pick his way through the pack. He was something of a midfield runner, you might say, but Monty Hillier, there he is, number 37, really starting to find some pace as 2021 draws to a close, and he's been picking up some decent results here, starting to make himself known at the sharp end of the field. Another rider that deserves credit as well is the rider behind him, actually, 217, Hudson Cooper, in his debut in this class, getting used to the geared machine. And, of course, having to ride with the manual gearbox, a new skill to get used to as well. So Hudson Cooper in 6th place on the 217, running very well indeed. As Thorley Trevorrow coming under some pressure once again from the number 19 of Tyler Humphries. Humphries just tagging onto the back wheel there as the race leader Wilson Dilks all on his own at the front, over the line once again and maintaining a good pace out there. Wilson Dilks' fastest lap of the race is 43.19, and the last 2 or 3 laps he's been lapping in the mid 43s, so he hasn't really dropped the pace, and that's why he's extended the gap now to 7.5 seconds from Luca Wilkinson, the early race leader, who is all on his own in 2nd place, as yet again the battle rages for 3rd place with Thorley Trevorrow and Tyler Humphries. Humphries certainly not giving this one up. Monty Hillier just watching in 5th place. And Hudson Cooper just a bit further behind on the 217 coming into the top corner as again, oh, down the inside there. Humphries having a little peek on the inside. Now he's going to try and change his line here, possibly. Let's have a look now. He's just tagging onto the back wheel of Trevorrow at the moment. Switches to the inside, having a peek down the inside. He's going to have to be brave on the brakes if he's going to go for the move. Well, no, he opts to back out of that one. Trevorrow cuts across the front wheel, gets that inside line out of the corner. And Thorley Trevorrow out to that final corner, really aggressive turning on the exit. Takes a very tight line coming out of the corner. Does seem to set himself up well for the chicane that follows as, oh, again, Humphries having a look on the chicane. Very quick on the exit, and you see there Humphries just switching to the outside line, looking for an outside sweeper into this corner. Now he's going to try and cut across. Just trying the outside sweeping lines to try and find a way past the number 42 as they make their way into the hairpin once again. Humphries not close enough to go for the outbraking manoeuvre. Trevorrow again opting for that aggressive turn, and it looks like, if anything, Tyler Humphries just starting to follow him a bit now. Using that aggressive turning out to the final corner, following Trevorrow. Trevorrow can't quite break away there from Humphries, and Monty Hillier, there he is, still there with the Dayglow yellow and blue over at the leathers. Into the top corner they go. Rest of the field still made up of Hudson Cooper, his impressive debut in 6th place. Jack Oakley in 7th, Daniel Stevenson still there in 8th place, Travis Shaw in 9th position. Jack Hamilton 10th, Jack Newton 11th, and Sidney Marshall rounding out the field, although still running comfortably on the lead lap so far. Very fast paced in this Ohvale 110. Race number 3 in association with Motor Oils. Monty Hillier 37 there, 5th place, setting his fastest lap of the race, 44.37. Wilson Dilks still lapping in the 43s though, setting a very strong pace at the front. The gap goes up to 9.5 seconds. Luca Wilkinson all on his own at the front. All the action now though is this battle of a 3rd place with Thorley Trevorrow, who has held on to 3rd for pretty much the entire race, but he's coming under a lot of pressure here from Tyler Humphries in 4th place. Monty Hillier still watching in that 5th position. Leaders over the line. Wilson Dilks has already gone through. Luca Wilkinson over the line in 2nd place. Then it's a battle of a 3rd. And this time Humphries trying the outside sweep, trying to get that momentum as they close up on Wilkinson through the chicane. 3 laps to go. Humphries having a look on the outside, coming into the hairpin through the chicane once again. This really fast sweeping section there is that little kink coming into the corner, that little brow of a hill. Just enough to potentially unsettle the bike. You can use that to your advantage or not really as the laps count down. 2 laps to go now. Wilson Dilks, who is pacing himself now a bit now. The gap still remains about 10 seconds. Wilkinson still 2nd. Wilson Dilks are your race leader. 2 laps to go. Tyler Humphries still all over the rear wheel of Thorley Trevorrow. We've got Monty Hillier still in 5th place. Hudson Cooper battling with Jack Oakley just a little bit further behind as they go over the line in 6th and 7th place. Daniel Stevenson, Travis Shaw, Jack Hamilton and Jack Newton all having a very close battle at the back of the field. Sidney Marshall just dropping the pace a little bit in 12th, just being cut adrift slightly as Wilson Dilks goes through for the final time. He's got past Sidney Marshall, who's still there in 12th place. Luca Wilkinson over the line in 2nd place, still this battle of a 3rd position. And there we see, I think that was Wilkinson in 2nd. And the number 85, I should say, Wilson Dilks, just making his way back down towards the final few corners. There's still a battle raging for 3rd place. Trevorrow and Humphries all very close indeed. Wilson Dilks, though, closing in on victory, making his way down towards the final few corners. Travis Shaw, meanwhile, getting past Daniel Stevenson, that very close battle at the back of the field. But Wilson Dilks round the final corner, over the line he goes. A very strong performance from Wilson Dilks. It's going to be the number 461 of Sidney Marshall over the line, a lap down in 12th position. As Thorley Trevorrow, one last battle here on the final corner. Wilkinson 2nd place. And Tyler Humphries on that final corner having a look round the outside, but Thorley Trevorrow does enough to hold on to 3rd place. Humphries 4th, Monty Hillier in 5th position. Over the line in 6th place goes Hudson Cooper and Jack Oakley, both riders setting identical lap times there, 44.99. And for both riders, their fastest lap of the race. Rest of the top 10 through, very close indeed. Daniel Stevenson, Jack Hamilton and Jack Newton, final rider on the lead lap, with Sidney Marshall finishing in 12th place, a lap further behind. So very close battles throughout the field there in the Ohvale 110 Cup. Coming up next,